Good evening. My name is Philip Ibarra. I'm in Management 30 through 10, and my TED Talk is about the decline of General Motors. I have some bias as far as car manufacturers go. However, I still believe GM is in decline. Maybe not a rapid descent, but definitely declining. I believe GM is in the second stage of decline because I feel that they aren't holding true to building vehicles that are reliable. I think the turning point for GM is when Obama fired the chief executive of GM in 2009 and the government bailout. Martin Hutchinson gives us a few figures from the slow death of General Motors that in 1970, GM had nearly 60% of the U.S. automobile market, and import share was below 10%. Today, GM's market share is little more than 20%, and imports and domestically produced automobiles of foreign brands dominate the market. Since imports and domestically built foreign brands have hit the US, the quality levels have risen so much higher from brands like Toyota and Honda with their 100,000-mile warranties, which is comforting for just in case. I have also realized that the craftsmanship and the quality that has gone into making GM vehicles has reduced. Most car manufacturers have recalls, like Toyota with the gas pedal defect, which was fatal in some cases and tragic. However, GM has so many different car brands and interchangeable parts that they use on multiple vehicles. Case in point would be GM's recall on over 7 million vehicles, ranging from small cars to SUVs to trucks. This recall is affecting huge amounts of people and causing massive amounts of lawsuits from the deaths that have occurred over the past decade from these recalls. But the problem that is bugging some analysts is the fact that the transparency in the company, or lack thereof, is a huge problem for CEOs that are coming and going out of the business, because how are problems supposed to get fixed without trust and honesty in the company? These problems matter because how is a company supposed to function with massive problems that haven't occurred in the past and should be dealt with now rather than later? The external sources that are partly to blame are some of the manufacturers that they buy parts from, like the ignition switch and the constant changing of personnel, which could be why some vehicles are poorly assembled or have minor issues. Either way, the company needs to handle these problems as they arrive and tackle issues rather than beat around the bush. Some of these problems, however, can be fixed by workers and engineers coming together and figuring out problems that can be fixed. The transparency needs to be just that and not be hazy or cloudy or anything of that nature. So higher authority figures can help and fix problems right next to the people who actually implement the fixing of those problems. GM could also follow a role from Ford and try a new approach of more power and less fuel, but it's difficult to tell a company how they could fix a problem if they continually want to do it their own way. Other ways would be focusing on quality and making vehicles that are built, as they say, like a rock, or for the long haul. GM needs to realize that with past ventures, their cars and trucks were built to handle time and abuse, but their cars today can barely hold up. I feel like these possible solutions could turn GM around, but they have to get over their prestige and do it so they can come up with a new innovative way to dazzle the automotive industry. But only time will tell whether they want to wither and die or strive and prevail. Thank you.